Hi there, Taurus, and welcome back to Star Lourdes Tarot. This is your tarot forecast for the month of July 2025. I went ahead, shuffled the cards, laid them all out in the monthly format. We start off with the overall energy and break it down week by week. Before we get started, I want to introduce the new cards I'm using for this read, Tarot of Mystical Moments. This was gifted to me by a friend of the show in Australia, and I've been so excited to show you all these cards. They're absolutely beautiful. So your overall energy, Taurus, is the Five of Swords reversed. And then in week one, you have the King of Cups upright, rooted down by the Hangman reversed. And in week two, you have the Queen of Wands upright, rooted down by the Emperor upright. And then in week three, we have the Three of Swords reversed with the World in the upright. And the fourth week, we have Wheel of Fortune in the upright, rooted down by the Ace of Wands. So we'll get started with the interpretation of the reading here. Overall energy, Five of Swords in the reverse position. Five of Swords upright points to conflict. It can be conflict within the self. Sometimes it can simply represent we're conflicted about something. We're of two minds of something. Heart versus head, that kind of thing. It can also represent having quarrels with people in the neighborhood, people at work, people in your family, that kind of stuff when we're at odds. When the card's inverted, however, this is about having that all calm down. So for those of you where it resonates that you were the one conflicted about what to do here, it looks like in the month of July you will have found some resolve. If you've been having quarrels with others, like I said, in the home, in the workplace, or where have you, it looks like that's all calming down now. It looks like things are going to be a little bit more mellow in that respect for the month of July. So in week one, you have the King of Cups here, rooted down by the Hangman reverse. So the King of Cups is water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Now this could be someone external to you, but this could also represent an aspect of you, especially if you have water in your chart. But the King of Cups can be somebody new coming on the scene in the first week for some of you, or it can represent somebody who's already there. Maybe this is your spouse or your best friend or a family member. But the King of Cups is showing the utmost of emotional maturity. He represents emotions, he represents creativity, he represents spirituality as well. So some of you could be in that mode the first week, but others of you, the King of Cups can represent a caring doctor or a counselor that you're speaking with that's helping you to resolve your emotions. So this person could be somebody new coming on the scene, or maybe an already existing counselor who's sort of aiding you and helping you, which does kind of explain, you know, the commotion has finally settled down, the mental activity has calmed down, so now maybe you need to process the emotions. And the rooting card here is the Hangman in reverse, which represents like the Hangman in the upright can be when we are like, again, contemplating things. Maybe we're putting ourselves in a holding pattern because we're trying to figure something out. We're looking at things from a different perspective. But when the card is inverted, this is where we're coming out of that. Now, for some of you, that could be the case. Maybe the King of Cups here is helping you or aiding you to come to this conclusion. But for others of you, this is representing a green light. If something has been stopped, if something has been stalled, if something you've been waiting on others to get back to you about certain subject matters, it looks like the green light is on here. Maybe the King of Cups for some of you delivers the news that, we can move ahead with something. Now in week 2, you have the Queen of Wands in the upright, rooted down by the Emperor. But the Queen of Wands, she is fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sag, Sun, Moon, or Rising. You could be dealing with a Queen of Wands. Again, it could be an aspect of you if you have fire in your chart. But the Queen of Wands, what she wants to do is get moving when it comes to any type of passion, excitement. She's full of passion and excitement, and she wants to move forward and quickly. So this could be a friend of yours that perhaps is lighting fire under you to get you moving, or this could be an aspect of you, Taurus, that just wants to move fast towards a passionate new relationship. It could be for others of you moving quickly towards our maybe moving or travel goals. Others of you, this could be business and enterprise. You just want to get moving forward. This could be representing somebody else, maybe a new boss in your life if you've just started a new job. The Emperor roots it down. So the Emperor, which is Mars-ruled energy, can be Aries, can be Scorpio, but perhaps this is a person who's sort of taking charge here. The reason why I feel like it could be a boss, this could be somebody in the workplace or even a business partner, because the Emperor is someone who takes control over a situation. Now, this could be someone you're dealing with. Again, it could be at work, it could be at home, but whatever's going on here, the Emperor is here to sort of bring in the power, the authority, the the control of a matter. Also represents a lot of like a lot of power. This could be a powerful person. This could be somebody you're dealing with. It can be the CEO of a company. It can represent a government official. If you need to get something taken care of, you know, you might need to go over somebody's head in order to do your job, or in order to get something accomplished that needs to be expedited, because we do see a speed here because there's a green light towards something. So now we want to get moving on it and get things accomplished. And sometimes we have to go over other people's heads. Unless the Queen of Wands is the Emperor here, you're dealing with the same person, and perhaps they're extremely powerful. But either way, you've got to get things accomplished when it comes to those matters. Business and enterprise, when it comes to travel, when it comes to passionate new relationships, you've got to get moving in those areas. Now, week 3, you have the Three of Swords in reverse, rooted down by Major Arcana of the World. Well, the Three of Swords upright points to, you know, sorrow, sadness, separation, disappointment, that kind of stuff, right? So there could have been a loss in your life and it's taken a while to heal from it, but the healing energy is here for you in week 3. For others of you, this could have been more recent. Maybe there was like a fight with a friend, or maybe you lost a pet, or had a breakup or something like that. It could have been more recent, but now you're starting to heal from the situation. And the World card here roots it down, which represents the closing out of a cycle. This is what I call my graduation card. Some of you could be graduating at this time. Maybe you're graduating from a course or something like that, and closing out a cycle, so now you can move on to your new career or whatever it is you're doing. Others of you, this could represent the final divorce papers being signed. That could explain the Three of Swords here. Maybe there was some healing process that happened, and then the final papers were signed. This can represent closing out a cycle, as in a home. Maybe you owned a home and raised your kids there and everything else, and you know, all of a sudden you're an empty nester. Now you may just want to downsize, sell the home. That would be the closing out of a long-standing cycle. Could have been a career that you worked at for a long time and now you don't want to do that career anymore. Maybe you want something new, something fresh. This is just a closing out of a long-standing cycle. Could even be a hobby for some of you, something you've done for the last 10 years. I've always done this on this certain night or every week. But whatever it is here, it's good because it's connected to healing energy. So whatever is closing out here, it looks like a positive outcome. And in week 4, we have the Wheel of Fortune rooted down by the Ace of Wands. Beautiful energy. The Wheel of Fortune is all about synchronicity. It's all about being in the right place at the right time. And, you know, having things just work, like just click like clockwork. You know, it's just beautiful energy when it's in the upright. It can also represent flukish things happening. You know, you could get the instinct to go in a store, buy a lottery ticket, and you could end up winning some money. You could get the instinct to walk into a coffee shop and, you know, meet somebody that is going to change the course of your life. You can go on the internet and they're posting your dream job. But you have to take action when it comes to the Wheel of Fortune. You need to listen to your intuition when it says, you know, strike when the iron's hot. Well, the iron will be hot in the 4th week. And it's rooted down here with the Ace of Wands in the upright position, which represents a brand new start. We see a completion here in week 3, and then in week 4, I have a feeling, Taurus, it's going to be something maybe that comes out of the blue with this Wheel of Fortune here. And then all of a sudden, you get this brand new opportunity. It could be a new job opportunity, a new career opportunity. It can also represent an opportunity to travel. It can represent an opportunity to meet and start dating someone new that's very, very exciting to you. So not a bad way to end the month for you here, Taurus. So in closing, I will be pulling 2 cards from the Zodiac deck. I always use this deck for the monthlies. So I'm going to be pulling 2. One is for love and romance, and the second is for career and finance. There we go. And then career and finance, what do we have? Okay. So love and romance here, Taurus, we have Libra, number 31, rebalance. Libra could be the love interest for you. Something special could happen when the moon's in Libra. Libra could introduce you to a new love. And your career and finance, we have number 3, communications, Gemini. Okay, so it could be something special happens with your career and finance on the 3rd of July. It could be with or through a Gemini that this happens. So that is your reading, my dears. I really hope you have a wonderful month of July. And I want to thank you very much for joining me, and I really hope the reading helped you. If it did, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you again in the next video. Take care. Much love. Namaste. Bye-bye for now.